I know. Mr. Hiatus is back to throw out some weak excuse for his hiatus, release a video or two, and then fall right back into another hiatus. Yeah, not this time. So, my semester just ended, and now that it's over, I've finally had time to actually think about this channel. And it's not so much that I haven't had time to think over the past few months, but I've just been too stressed out and overburdened, honestly, to let myself think seriously about anything outside of school. But it is over, and I was laying in bed last night, and I had kind of a big realization. So I'll be honest, I have not really been enjoying the past several LP episodes I've been putting out, at least compared to when I started this channel. It's honestly been feeling like more of a chore than a fun escape from everyday life that I originally wanted it to be when I started all of this. And it's gotten so bad that I've almost convinced myself that I've lost my passion for this channel. But I've come to realize that's really not what's happening at all. I haven't lost my passion for the channel at all. I just don't like the way I've been approaching my content, and it's left me feeling really burnt out. So, believe it or not, I actually started this channel because of a single dream I had like a year ago. I dreamt that I was walking through this very simplistic, old school kind of Minecraft world, and as I walked around this world in my dream, I had this like overwhelming sense of nostalgia. It's really just a singular feeling that's kind of stuck with me ever since that dream. In fact, it was the same feeling of wonder that I had when I first started playing Minecraft back in 2011. So the reason I started this channel was basically because I wanted to recapture that really kind of laid back style of Minecraft content that I grew up with. And I'm thinking of people like Captain Sparkles, Ant Venom, Yogscast, and Monkey Farm, just to name a few people. And initially, when I started this channel, I think I more or less accomplished this, and the early episodes really seemed to resonate with people. I mean, we're at a little over 200 subscribers now, and I know the channel's been around for about a year, so in a way that's not really impressive, but I also haven't uploaded that many videos. So I'm pretty happy with where things are, but that brings me to the problem that I want to talk about. Over the past several videos, I've kind of unconsciously started changing my very basic approach to the way I make content. So it seems like when I sit down to record an episode, I basically think of a title first, and then I force the episode content to conform to that title. And the problem is that this is completely backwards. I think forcing each episode to be about something and to be a completed project is just very artificial. First off, it's super time consuming because I can't necessarily finish a project in a single recording session. So I might have to have 2, 3, maybe 4 recording sessions before I finally finish that one project. And that's just a single video. That could take a whole week. That could take 2 weeks. That could take even more than 2 weeks. That is a lot of time just to get out one video. Like, it's crazy when I look back on it, but that's what I've been doing. And not only is this artificial, but it's totally antithetical to the kind of laid-back style that I wanted to embody when I began all of this. I don't think that approach is what earned me my initial subscriber base, so I really don't know why I've been drifting towards it. I don't think it's correct. I think the right approach, and the one that I personally enjoy the most, is to just sit down and enjoy the game. Whatever happens, happens. The video doesn't have to be about something, necessarily. And that's not to say I won't have goals and projects, of course I will, that's kind of what drives the series, but the series shouldn't just be a series of projects, with each video being one project. The series should be a free-flowing adventure, primarily, with the projects just kind of serving as landmarks. And when I go back through the channel, I notice that my favorite videos are honestly the early LP episodes, and the 2 series that I made with my cousin Clungus. And they all basically follow this approach I just described, just jumping in and whatever happens, happens. I'll think of a video title later based on whatever the hell happens to happen in the episode. And the funny thing is, I've even kind of said this in some recent LP episodes, but I didn't really understand what the basic problem was, so it was kind of just unconscious lip service. It wasn't really until last night that I finally had a clear understanding of exactly why I haven't been happy with the last several videos I've been uploading. So now that I see the problem clearly, I know exactly how to fix it, and fortunately, it's a very easy fix. And I'm pretty happy to be able to say that, because I've been feeling a bit depressed about where the channel's been going lately. I don't know if you feel the same way, I don't know if you've really noticed the change in the way I've been doing things, but I've personally not been that happy with it. So now that I know what I've been doing wrong, I'm ready to take this channel back to its roots. When I sit down to play, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And while I was thinking last night, I realized something else that's kind of crazy. Also kind of obvious, but it really hit me. When I sit down to record, nothing special has to happen in any given recording session. If I sit down to record and nothing especially interesting happens, I can just throw the recording session away. I can just throw it in the bin. I don't have to do anything with it. I don't think I should think of that as a failure. After all, it's not like I don't do work in between episodes anyway. It's really just part of that at the end of the day. It just isn't quite worth uploading. You know, it sounds obvious when I say it out loud, but I've never really thought about approaching content that way. I've always thought when I sit down, I have to have a goal, and I have to achieve that goal in that episode, but that just isn't the style that I like. That's not what I wanted to go for when I started this whole channel, so I don't really know why I'm doing that. So I think sitting down with less of a rigid goal in mind and just seeing where the moment takes me is really the right thing to do here. And now that I'm not bending over backwards to make every video super significant, this will let me get content out much more regularly. I've been very upset about all the stupid hiatuses I've been taking, but I think this is why. I've just been kind of crazy about how I've been trying to do these videos. And I do feel kind of dumb for not noticing this sooner, but at least I caught this problem early on while the channel was still young. I know this is a shorter video, but I just wanted to kind of make one video just kind of formalizing my feelings about where the channel's at and where I want to take it, because I feel like I've really strayed from the original goal I had in mind when I set out for this channel. I want this to be laid back. At the rate I'm going now, I feel like the LP is basically going to be like 100 episodes, if that. Probably not even that. And it'll just be really rushed and honestly kind of boring. That's not to say I'm going to get super lazy about how I do the videos. I'm still going to have goals in mind. I'm still going to try to do interesting things each time I sit down to record. But if I don't finish anything, oh well. I'm not even going to have a goal of finishing anything. I'm just going to do what I can, and as long as it's interesting, I'll upload it. So I want to apologize for my total lack of consistency. It's really been tearing me up. To go 2 months without uploading an episode is just insane. You know, I would say it's unthinkable, but I've made something of a habit of doing that, so I apologize for that. And if you guys have felt the same way, sorry for straying from what probably brought you to the channel in the first place. I'm almost approaching this like a big YouTuber who has a huge audience to entertain and they have to do something interesting every single video, but that's just not the case at all. That's not even necessarily what I want, honestly. I just want to play Minecraft and have fun. That's really the bottom line, and I've just been going about this in such a way that I have not been having fun, and the views have been dropping. I don't know if it's really a result of that. I'm not quite sure what it is, probably because I've been taking so many breaks and the YouTube algorithm is not really a fan of that kind of thing. I'm not really sure, but at this point I'm just kind of rambling. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you're excited for what's to come, because I think the content is going to be, even though it's going to be a lot less kind of huge each episode, I think it's going to be a lot more enjoyable. At the very least, because my heart is in it now. I know what I've been doing wrong. I know what to fix. So even if I get busy in the future, and I almost certainly will, that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't throw me off like it always has been, because I don't have to sink as much time into an episode anymore. And I think that's about all I want to say. So huge thanks to everyone who's stuck around for all this time. I'm really excited to see where we go with this, and I'm just excited for the future. So thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.